class, good morning. My name is Paula, and I chose to do my presentation on the Ming Dynasty or Ming China. Okay, the Ming Dynasty was founded in 1368 by Shu Yongshang, and from there we had the repair and reconstruction of the Great Wall, and it was not that useful because regardless, we would still get in, and they would still attack, where they would bribe the guards to let them in, and were still able to attack the Ming Dynasty. And then which led to the creation of the Ming Code. And we also have the Forbidden City. We have helped Korea to defeat Japan. We got peasant rebellions, and then finally we got the rebel leader captured Beijing, and Tisu committing suicide, as well as Wu Sangwu and Manchus defeated Li Sheng, and then the Ming Dynasty fell in 1644. Okay, so what type of government did the dynasty have? This was a government led by ethnic Han Chinese that replaced the earlier Mongol Yang Dynasty. The Ming Dynasty reinstituted the ancient civil service examination to create its political elite within a large hierarchical structure, which is pretty much just levels, like, so if you're born into a rich family, and then if you're working class, and then if you're just poor. We also got the position of prime minister was abolished. Instead, the emperor, a picture on the left, took over personal control of the government, ruling with the assistance of the specially appointed or grand secretariat. Pretty much it was the emperor and then one person, and just them two making the rules, pretty much like a president and a vice president here in America. Basically, the Ming incorporated the Song dynasty's policy on relying on the literary and managing state affairs. So what about the military? The military of the Ming Dynasty was the military apparatus of China from 1368 to 1644. It was founded in 1368 during the Red Turban Rebellion by the Ming founder Shu Yongshang. The military was initially organized along largely hereditary lines, and soldiers were meant to serve in self-sufficient agricultural communities. So under his ruling, the military were pretty much their own society. They couldn't mix with regular people because they had their own duties to fulfill. Foreign policy, the Ming Dynasty focused on foreign trade. The most profound faced against the maritime expeditions, however, lay in the traditional anti-commercialism of the Chinese, which became Ming official policy. The agrarian economy in China dictated that the Ming government receive more revenues from land taxes than from trade. Pretty much means that the Ming Dynasty was their main focus was agriculture, and that's just because the land there was rich in minerals, and people were able to plant and farm a lot, which made it easy to trade. The language that they spoke was Mandarin, and this is a picture of how it looks like. It looks kind of like Chinese, Japanese, and all of the languages, but this is Mandarin. Writing and literature. Along with art, the Ming Dynasty also developed Chinese writing and literature into a more complete system. Through schools created and education given by scholars, more people were literate in China. People of all classes and ages enjoyed reading poetry and other tales of past dynasties. The desire to know more for interesting stories also sparked a chain of famous novels published by well-known and talented writers. For example, the book Journey to the West by Wu Chengyan was a popular creation at the time and even today. Like the other novels published during the Ming Dynasty, it contained valuable lessons hidden in a captivating plot that parents taught their kids so that they could learn to behave, which would be pretty much like fables here in America. In this way, books became a household item, and storytelling became a favorite pastime for parents and children alike. So at the top, we have an example of what one of the novels would look like back then. It was pretty much like a book. The culture. Ming Dynasty is also remembered for its drama, literature, and world-renowned porcelain, which is this vase over here. The Ming Dynasty painting carried on the spirit of Yuan Dynasty freestyle brush and ink painting. There's an example right there of brush and ink, which just looks like pencil. I don't know if you guys have seen Mulan, but whenever Mushu is writing a letter, he was actually writing. That was pretty much around the same time of the Ming Dynasty, and that's the kind of ink and brush that they would use to write letters and just draw. The era of painting with a wider color range and a much busier composition than the previous paintings of the Song Dynasty was immensely popular during this time. The economy. The Ming period is considered one of the three golden ages of China alongside the Han and Tang dynasties. During its reign, the Ming Dynasty economy made improvement in technology, agriculture, trade, and manufacturing. During the Ming Dynasty, the Chinese economy was rapidly displaying signs of early capitalism. Even though they were like growing and farming and stuff, um, the fact that they were able to trade and make money just, the more money you have, the more greedy you get, and which is pretty much capitalism, like explained like this picture right here. You start gaining and you forget about the smaller, or you stop paying your workers like what they really should be getting paid. And here is a list of my resources, and I hope you guys enjoyed my PowerPoint.